guys, we're here. 15.2 has been announced. It's a repeat of last year, so we already have some tips ready for you. We're going to use this so you guys can get ready for Friday Night Lights, get some ideas going, talk to your team coach, get you ready to rock. All right, so 15.2, you have 3 minutes to complete 2 rounds, 10 overhead squats, 10 pull-ups. And then every 3-minute interval, it's going to go up by 2 reps of each, okay? So we're going to give you some strategy tips here you can use. We're going to go over some technique tips for the overhead squats and the chest-to-bar pull-ups. So Chad's going to kick us off, get us ready for some pacing and some strategy, all right?
All right, guys. This workout is a repeat from last year. I'm going to go over 2 ways you can attack this workout. Last year, me and Christian both, we did the pacing way of doing 1 round every minute and 30 seconds. So we'll do 1 round, minute and 30 seconds, but say we finish that round in a minute. We're going to rest the remainder of that 30 seconds, and the remainder of the minute 30 we have left of that 3, we'll do another round, and then rest the remainder of the 3. You can do that until it falls apart. You won't be able to keep that pace because the reps do go up. Or we're going to do the other way. You can do 2 rounds as fast as you can, and you rest the remainder of the whole 3 minutes. So I don't think in the beginning of this workout, heart rate's going to be a real big issue. We do want to focus on breathing on the overhead squats, keeping the heart rate down. Not freaking out. When you get a chest bar, make sure you breathe. You can break those up in 5-5s, however you want to, because your grip will give out. Once you keep your heart rate down, you will get a little bit of pump in your arms and your shoulders and your quads and doing the overhead squats and the chest bars, but those are 2 ways you can attack this workout, 2 ways you can pace it.
Alright guys, so first thing, the first thing you're doing are overhead squats. So it's a relatively light overhead squat. For the guys, it's only 95 pounds. For the girls, it's only 65 pounds. So that'd be 43 kilos for the guys in here and 30 kilos for the girls in here. So it is high reps. So what we're going to do is we're going to recommend, if you have the flexibility, to use a narrow grip on the overhead squat. So we're not going to say do the snatch grip wide, because that's going to put a lot of stress on the wrist and the shoulders by doing a bunch of reps. So if you have the flexibility, move your hands in. It's going to stack everything, and it's going to help save your shoulders a little bit. So that's the first thing. Make sure you're on the overhead squats when you stand up on it. Good pacing, like Chad was saying, is breathe at the top. So you say you do your overhead squat, you stand up, breath at the top, hit another one, breath at the top, hit another one. Don't just crank them out and hold your breath, and after you hit 10, you're trying to breathe. Your heart rate's going to get up too high, and it's going to make the pull-ups really, really difficult. All right. So on the overhead squats, you will get a quad pump. We all got a good quad pump last year. So take a little pause at the top, deep breath, and hit another one. Keep that good pace the whole time. And that's how you're going to save your quads and your shoulders. If you don't have the flexibility to do the close grip, then just do your normal snatch grip overhead squat. Now we do know snatching is going to be difficult for some people, just to snatch it up and get that first rep in. So if you have to power clean it and flip it to your back like we teach in the classes, then you can adjust your hands and go from there and crank out your overhead squat. All right.
All right, and then moving on to the chest bars. So the overhead squats, like Christian says, is where you're going to try and keep your heart rate down, stay nice and smooth. You're probably not going to hit failure on the overhead squats. The place where you're probably going to hit failure that's going to slow you down a lot is going to be the chest bars. So what we usually recommend for most people is going to be to break these up right off the bat. So even if you can do 10 chest to bars straight, break them up and go half and half. Do 5, hop off, shake it out, get right back up and do 5. Even if, regardless if you're going to do the 2 rounds right off the bat, or if you're going to do 1 round every minute and a half, we're going to recommend breaking them up. So the way Chad's going to do this is he's going to do 5 reps for the 10. He's going to go 6 and 6 for the 12. He's going to try and do 7 and 7 for the 14. I'm going to beat him on this workout, but he's going to try and get 14. But we're going to recommend breaking them up, because if you try and do all 10 unbroken, and on the 12s, then you're going to start hitting failure real quick there and be down to singles. But what we are going to do is, when you start getting really tired on these chest bars, it's going to happen to all of us at some point. When you start getting really tired here, don't try and knock out a big chunk. If you can fight really hard and get 5, don't stand around for 30 seconds and wait till you can get another 5. If you need to, just do fast singles. Just drop off the bar, do a single, right back down, right back up. So there's not enough time to sit around staring at the bar in this workout. You got to get short breaks and get right back to work, okay? So the scales on these bad boys, it's going to be chest to bar pull-ups is the RX, okay? But this year we have scaled in the open, which is awesome. So the next scale from, we have RX, next scale we have regular pull-ups, just chin above the bar, all right? From there, we have jumping chest to bar pull-ups. All right, we'll help you get those set up on a box. So chest to bar, obviously chest is going to touch the bar. Regular pull-up, chin above the bar. And then from there, we're going to have the jumping. So the jumping ones, we're going to set a box up to where your hands are going to be above the bar. You're going to start underneath. You're going to use your legs to help you get up there. You're going to jump, touch that chest to bar, then we'll come back down to the next rep. Okay? And if if you get really tired, you're going to end up going to singles. We would recommend getting something like this anyways, where you're not jumping every rep. Try to get here, all right? You want to get a nice short jump, or you can just get on the bar, hit that rep, drop right back off, and go to the next one. If you're going to do that, don't lower yourself down really slow. All right, so you can hit those singles, hit it, drop off. Don't waste yourself with energy trying to control yourself coming down. Safe. Okay.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah, Steve's in.
Hand care. You guys are going to do lots of pull-ups, so make sure that if you got any calluses or anything, or if you're going to use gymnastic straps, bring them, chalk up, find a bar that works well for you. With this many pull-ups, I think the girls tonight got into the hundreds of chest-to-bar pull-ups. You're bound to tear, so think about that. Take care of your calluses tonight. Take good care of your hands. Moisturize them, whatever you need to do to make sure that you're not tearing in the middle of the workout, because that's going to affect how the bar feels in your hand. It's also going to affect your confidence jumping up there and getting those pull-ups repped out.
And this can be a workout you can wear weightlifting shoes on too. That'll help with the overhead squats.
For sure.
Anything else?
Yep, good weightlifting shoes is a good idea.
If you do have a game plan and it does fall apart, do not stress out, because you're not going to be able to keep your game plan through the whole thing, or you're going to be beating Rich running this workout.
Like Rex.
Yeah, Rex beat him last week. Watch out, Rich.